Married to Medicine. This is season 12, episode 3, The Players Ball. All right, so Toya and Dr. Contessa. It's Dr. Contessa's birthday coming up, so she wants to do a big old 70s theme party. So Toya helping her out a little bit. Um, Only concern really was that are we all going to get along at this party? Because at the last one, me and Heavenly was going through. So you sure this is what you want? Especially the history of them and their friendship. But it looked like they just been cool with just being cool. So we'll see how this party goes. What was the budget? She said about like 40,000, something like that. Can she stay in the budget? Hopefully, because she still got to pay for that office over there. All right, so we get to see Quad and King, and they are trying for a baby. Okay, now this is something that we kind of, probably some of us kind of already knew was going to happen, or knew was already in the works, depending on how close y'all follow Quad and them and all this stuff outside the show. But she's going through was like the IVF stuff, and Dr. Jackie's going to help her out and everything. So excited for a baby. All right, Dr. Jackie, we always need a piece of PSA on what's going on down in somewhere. But anyway, the players ball. Okay, everybody getting dressed, everybody getting ready. And Contessa, this is like her second time kind of mentioning, so I'm just gonna mention it. That Dr. Scott, his helping skills with, this party was pretty much non-existent. So, something that's bothering her just a little bit. I mean, she acting like she is not, but like I said, mentioned it a couple times here. So I'm sure we're gonna see a little bit of that lack of something on Scott's part again. Unfortunately, listen, say we want to pile up on the husbands all the time, right? But when they do act up, we gotta talk about it. That's something that they gotta work on their relationship. I'm actually mad at Dr. Simone for her goddamn costume. Did you go to Party City and buy this, girl? You couldn't have did no better. Everybody was cute except for Dr. David. Dr. David don't never dress up, y'all. Every time he goes somewhere, he be like, man, I just got off work. So, I don't know why they complain about the price of this party, because do they not watch other shows like 40,000? I was thinking it was too small, but for this, I mean, fine, but let's be real. They cheap down here. They cheap. And look, while Toya talking, cause girl, next when you be doing your dang birthday party, you be spending like 100. So be quiet. We know Simone cheap. Listen, why? Just like what Contessa just said. I invited y'all to one of the best parties of the year, and y'all over here, instead of celebrating and enjoying me and asking me about me, we talking about my goddamn husband and what he ain't doing and what he need to do and whatever. Just cause I said that I planned my own party, like, oh my goodness, how many times have y'all planned your own parties? A whole bunch of times. And how many times did your husband do it for you? Because I know he didn't do it every year for you. Toya, I know Eugene ain't playing no goddamn party for you every goddamn year. But you the main culprit. Yeah, well, why he ain't do this and why he ain't do that and why he... Girl, it ain't none of your business. And Toya, I don't know why you was calling her outfit like prom dress. Girl, you ain't never heard of Cher? 70s realness, okay? Contessa was doing it. You was in the goddamn... Girl, where was you going? Look, you and Eugene with that pink ass suit. Where did y'all find that? Ooh, okay. Things got a little bit real quick here, okay, with Dr. Simone over there with her boys, okay? Miles and Michael, they finally done graduated. College. They still up in the house that they was living in. So, next step is what they about to do. moving forward with their lives and all this and this and that. They're having dinner for Simone and Cecil. And it looks like Miles here wants to keep pursuing school, but go the lawyer route. Okay. Okay, cool. That's cool. All right, you want to continue your education, get your life, do. But who's going to be paying for this, right? Okay, so this is where it get a little tricky, and I kind of seen a few things on social media of who's right, who's wrong. We're all parents, right? All parents, different rules, different regulations, all this stuff when it comes to your children, when it comes to education, because everybody wants them to go to college, right? But for the most part, for people who don't got money, the regular common folk, we stress on the kids that they have to make the good grades and they need to sign up for scholarships and financial aid and grants to help them pay for the college, as well as probably get a part-time job while freshman, while you're school and work, right? School and work. If you are rich, on the other hand, your dad or mom, most likely dad, write the check. Here you go, college education, got you for it. Woo, no worries. Pay for your dorm, pay for your food, pay for all that stuff. So, you're not a struggling student. You're just there getting your degree. Okay. So that was the two arguments here. Miles, he's the kid, so he's trying to say, well, what about, I got a mama who can do it for me. Why you ain't come do it for me, mama? And you got mama over here, Simone, saying, well, listen, I done did X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3 for both of y'all. Okay? Working my ass off. Okay? Every day, all day. And remember, it took Simone been trying to get this money for a while, okay? We seen her stack and get them, pull them out of debts and stacks and get them, her second house stacked, get her car, stacked, make sure everybody good. Cecil, I believe, didn't he lose his job at some point? I don't know if he's working now, but him doing tech work, Doctor, we know the dynamics of this relationship. She's the breadwinner here. So, what she say kind of go when it comes to the money part. Of course, Cecil, being the husband, being the dad to these boys, is trying to sympathize with them and say, oh, well, we probably can help you out, son, and this and this and that. But of course, I think what that trigger was the we Cecil, because nigga, you saying we Cecil? You saying we? You need to be saying me, because I said I ain't doing it. Okay? So, like I said, it got a little tense here, because you could see, everybody's getting up trying to walk away. Voices is raised. Sons is being as respectful as they can be. But it's gonna be tricky, and they gotta figure it out. Miles, just because she has does not mean that she's got to give. I think that's one thing kids do gotta realize. Like, ATM, yeah, we're not made of money. We have to make it to give out, to give to you, to provide for you to live and have a good life and all this stuff, which she has provided for them and everything, right? Whew. But yeah, if he's going to I don't know. I think I'm kind of more on her side with this a little bit, as to say, like, well, damn, I gotta shove out how many more dollars for this? I'm trying to retire at such and such age. Man, I ain't gonna make it. It is not funny at all. It's not funny at all, because she trying to, I'm sure she has her timeline of certain things and goals and aspirations, but these the boys of hers is just hindering some of those things. So, it's frustrating. Creates stress, frustration. Hopefully her and Cecil can figure it out and them boys can figure it out. It looked like they doing everything else good. It took them a while to get to where they at, but at least they did it, right? So it is what it is. I'm sure the same will happen next time around for him to figure out how he gonna do this and when he do it, and then he can so-called pay her back in the end. So I don't want to spend too much more time on it. It's a lot of debating on what's who right, who wrong, and this and this and that. Like I said, just because I'm more on the real world side, right? I'm a commoner myself. I ain't rich or nothing like that. So yeah, son, mama can help you out, but you're gonna have to go out there and make some things happen on your own. So that's my take. Okay, so it's Brandy's birthday now. Okay, and they're at this restaurant, and she talking about some. Oh yeah, my husband. He told me, yeah, go have with your girls. I'll pay for everything for you and your party. Go hang out, have a good old time. Okay, so this is like automatic ammunition shade, for who was it? Simone, I think, who was there first, Heavenly, Toya, and them, right? So once everybody sit down and get settled, and we gonna say happy birthday, she's like, oh, I got my husband and kids. Say hi, he planned it for me, and thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you. And, we was having a conversation about Contessa and the party and how, she had to plan everything. It was so much to do. Scott didn't help her. Even the next day, because, at parties, when you have parties, for the most part, you all over the place. So you really don't get to spend a whole bunch of time with everybody like you supposed to. So she had like a brunch the next day. And she ended up cooking all the breakfast and stuff for everybody. And they're like, Scott didn't help you. No, Scott didn't help me. He was over there smoking cigars or something, girl. I don't know, child. Whatever it is, what it is. So for them, it's like she complaining about him not doing stuff, right? For her, it's like, well, really no big deal because I like to do things my way. If he would have did it, it wouldn't even been nothing that I like this and this and that. So I'm cool with it. You over there saying, thank you to my man for giving me this party and stuff. But girl, this ain't no party. What is this? If Scott would have did this for me, I would have been like, what you do this for? Like, this, and I'm like, okay, well, birthday party, birthday dinner. This is more of a birthday dinner. Like, I mean, obviously, it don't cost too much. Probably like what? Throw 10 grand to the bar or something. That should be enough to pay for their drinks, food, or whatever that they need to get. And it kind of just turned into this whole little thing. So it's like, wait. I thought we were supposed to be having a good old birthday celebration for Miss Brandy here. But how do we get on this whole Contessa Scott marital problems, and now we throwing shade at each other kind of beef sort of situation? Listen, these girls is tripping, okay? Oh my God. We pretty much in the episode talking about this. Listen, all this stuff Contessa be saying about Scott, right, is confusing the minds of the peoples. Okay, because you're saying one thing and you mean something else, so we're not understanding. Is you mad at the man or what? Okay, because that's what they just thinking. You mad at him or frustrated because he didn't help you plan the dang party. And she tried to say, nah, I'm just was trying to plan it for myself to celebrate myself. Why do I need my man to do all this and that? We make just about the same amount of money. I know he don't do this. Shoot, we've been 20 years. This that I already know. If you ain't gonna do it, like, all of this, right? Jeez, oh, peas. So, of course, Toya was the one just, because she frustrated with it at this point. Like, goodness gracious, just where the dang cake at? Can we get over with this conversation? Because Contessa is getting on my nerves. Like, let's move on. So they do move on, whatever, right? Because it still was kind of going a little bit shade because it was a mention of like, you know, a Roy's blah blah Roy's blah Rolls Royce versus a ring, or having one versus the other, or both, or whatever, because you know Kawhi got both, right? But either way, Kawhi's not married though, so you gotta wait till you get married first, girl. Then you can claim got both. But we get what you was trying to say, right? And Contessa was she trying to shoot it? I don't know. Who knows? She just frustrated at this point. I think was it the alcohol? Because sometimes the alcohol be getting to them sometimes, especially Simone, right? So, speaking of Simone, because we're going to switch this subject just a little bit, because, girl, we tired of talking about you with Dr. Scott. Because it is a flip-flop situation, because she says it, but she don't want y'all talking about it, right? So, the word divorce popped up, okay? And Simone kind of had her finger up, like, shoot, if anything, it's going to be me. And they're like, oh, no. That's exactly what I said. Hell no, we ain't about to go there again. We is not about to go there again. Is we about to go there again? Do y'all remember that season? Ooh, I feel like it was a lot because they was trying to save them. And I don't know if we want to do that this whole thing all over again. And then it don't be no saving. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be scared for Cecil this time around. Like the first time, sure. But this time, whoo, and them kids, I mean, they grown now. But Simone getting fed up. I don't know. Hopefully they won't go down that route though. But we'll see how this rest of the season go. Third episode, pretty good. More of some of the new girl, you know, Miss Brandy, get to know her a little bit better. I kind of like her so far. Miss Angel's a little quiet there, so I'm not too sure. I mean, not Angel. Is it Angel? Yeah, the dark skinned girl. Yeah, not too much yet on her just yet, you know. But Brandy seems pretty cool. I'm liking her. Everybody else is cool. Dr. Heavenly, luckily, for some reason, has been. Usually she be getting on people's nerves, but she is doing so well. As to staying out of people's business and starting all the mess. Okay. But this was the episode. And we'll get to the next one next week sometime. Talk to y'all later. This is Married to Medicine.